Hey guys, and I am back for more of this great game day bingo action. Hopefully I fixed the hiccups that I was dealing with at the beginning of this game, and we are now ready to give out a double must-go as we got players already one ball away. Should be going out relatively quickly, but while you guys are getting after it, I'll be starting off those jackpots as we've given out 39 jackpots over the last 7 days and 249 jackpots during this season 13. Before I get into this past weekend's jackpots, we do have Itty over at Country Lounge taking home $99.90 in this game number one. Good job, Itty, as we will now be getting enrolled into a game number two with that minor prize clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. That mega prize still at 51 balls or less, looking really good as you guys just have 2 minutes to get into this next game. But to get our weekend's jackpot started off, Slappy got us started off right, taking home the largest jackpot of the entire weekend on Friday, as Slappy over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards took home $6,801. Good job to Slappy. We also had Stud Muffin over at Beartown Lounge splitting up an over $1,200 prize with Knud over at RJ's on 5th Avenue. Each player took home $620. Then also on that Friday, we had Skidmark over at Stockman's Tavern, taking home $989. Been a while since I've gotten a nasty Skidmark, as I used to get Skidmarks all the time as a kid, especially back as I got Ben here on the production with me, as we used to do a lot of hiking when we lived in Arizona, and we would come home with Skidmarks all the time. And so, sometimes I miss, those opportunities to maybe get a few skid marks. Not that I want any skid marks, just, the opportunities are fun as you do some fun stuff that lead to, I guess, falling and maybe skidding that knee. But good job, Skidmark, taking home a nice prize. The final prize to go out on that Friday went out to Jay over at American Legion Pine River, taking home $643. Good job to all of our winners on that Friday, as we will now be getting into Saturday's jackpots. As you guys just have 50 seconds to get enrolled into this game number two of Game Day Bingo. But to get Saturday started off, we had Adam over at Jimmy's Bar and Lounge taking home $6,646. The second largest jackpot to go out that weekend, getting Saturday started off right. Good job, Adam. Then we had Jen Haygirl over at JR Mac taking home $860. $749 went out to DeFiends over at Square Time Lanes. Also on that Saturday, we had Johnny over at Lakefront Bar taking home $752. That's when we had another nice large prize go out on that Saturday, as DNR over at Carboni's Pizza Sports Bar Burnsville took home $4,959. We also had Eileen J over at Medford Liquor Store taking home $2,122 on that Saturday. And also on that Saturday, we had a nice $653 prize go out to Locke over at Monty Sports Bar. Continuing on with Saturday's jackpots, we had Terry M over at VFW Brooklyn Park taking home $4,482. And the final prize to go out on that Saturday went out to Lisa over at Harding Bar and Grill, taking home $752. Good job to all of our winners on that Saturday. Now on to yesterday's jackpot winners, as we gave out 11 different jackpots on that Sunday. Yesterday, getting started off right, we had Hubba over at Miniger's Sports Hub taking home $722. The next large prize to go out, the second largest jackpot to go out on that Sunday, went out to Hecka over at Minnesota Wing King, taking home $5,704. Continuing on with Sunday's prizes, we had Sandbar over at Shore 96, splitting up a jackpot with Mindy May over at the Benton Station. They each took home $609. Good job, Sandbar and Mindy May. Then we had Kelly Joe over at the Roadhouse 169, taking home $1,258. $4,623 went out to the great player Cat over at the Pickled Pig. Continuing on with Sunday's prizes, we had Popsmiths over at Mix Office, taking home the largest jackpot of that Sunday, $6,333. Also on that Sunday, we had $653 go out to Tyson over at Poncho and Lefties. And continuing on, we had 3 more jackpots go out on that Sunday as we had Anna Khan over at Uptown Bar Waverly taking home $614. $1,592 went out to Lil Lexi over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. And the final prize to go out on that Sunday, a nice $6,229 jackpot. And that went out to Player over at Leo's Sports Bar. Good job to all of our winners this weekend. 25 jackpots going out over the weekend, but we do have a winner here taking home a nice must-go prize of $15.50. We have Moss over at Village Pub Lounge. Good job to Moss, as we will now be getting rolled into a game number 3 of Game Day Bingo with that minor prize clicking up once again from 54 to 56 balls or less. Definitely getting exciting there, as that mega prize is already exciting, sitting at 51 balls or less, $67,000. Should be great stuff. Just 2 minutes and 10 seconds to get enrolled in this upcoming game. And if you aren't getting enrolled into this upcoming game of Game Day Bingo, check out our new and improved version of Finnegan's Gold. It's a Pilot Games favorite that was out a while ago. We had to take it off the iPads, but it's back once again with 4 great bonus rounds, an instant win, a wheel, and balloon bonus. You also got the free play in there as well. And if you unlock more grids of symbols in that free play, that will lead to even more wins. So make sure you guys are checking out all the great option in the new and improved version of Finnegan's Gold. In perfect time, right before St. Paddy's Day, you can get a little bit of Finnegan's Gold action. Let's see, how far till St. Patrick's Day? As St. Patrick's Day in 2023 will be on March 17th. So just a few more weeks before we got that. It's going to be on a lovely Friday in March. Should be a great St. Patrick's Day. You know, celebrate, get ready for the St. Patrick's Day season by playing a little bit of Finnegan's Gold, your own little leprechaun-themed e-tag game. Just 1 minute to get enrolled into this upcoming game of Game Day Bingo, though. Just 56 balls or less for the minor prize, over $60. The major prize, 48 balls or less, not available, as the mega prize is looking better at 51 balls or less, $67,318 available on that mega prize. And if you guys want to stay up to date with all things Pilot Games, whether it's you're trying to keep up with a great bingo progressive, maybe just bingo schedules, event details and reminders, player pictures, and so much more, there's only one place where you can find all that, and that is our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games and click on our logo. Once you click on our logo, you can even see at the top of our Facebook page a link which has links to our bar locations, direct links to our social media like Twitter and Instagram, and more there as well. So just, you know, get to know everything with Pilot Games by giving us a like and follow on that Facebook page. The easiest way to stay up to date with all things Pilot Games action. We do just have 5 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game. Should be some great stuff in this game number 3 of Game Day Bingo. We'll be playing this Game Day Bingo all the way till 1 p.m. That's when you'll play your first unhosted game of live bingo, some Lucky 4 bingo action at 1 p.m. $87,313 will be available in that game at 1 p.m. and will be only getting larger as people get enrolled. Hopefully we can see it go out in that 1 p.m. opportunity, but if it doesn't, you'll have 2 more opportunities throughout the day. But before you get into those next opportunities, you'll be playing Game Day Bingo, more opportunities at that mega, major, and minor prize from 1 all the way till 4 o'clock, whatever they left off with after I got off air with you guys at 1 p.m. That's when you'll lead into the happy hour bingo at 4 p.m. as Lucky 4 bingo gets happy hour bingo started off with $87,000 available in that game if it didn't go out at 1 p.m. That's when you get into Skull Bingo from 4 all the way till 6. A line prize of $126 you could take home in 10 balls or less. A large frame jackpot of $101 you could take home in 43 balls or less. And a coverall jackpot of $2,997 you could take home in 50 balls or less. All should be great stuff in Skull Bingo, running from 4 all the way till 6. Ending off that happy hour with a final game of Lucky 4 Bingo at 6 p.m. Your last chance at that over $87,000 if it didn't go out at 1 or at 4 p.m. That's when you'll head into your final opportunities at Game Day Bingo. That Game Day Bingo will be running from 6 all the way till 10 tonight with your final shots at that mega, major, and minor jackpot. We will be interrupting that Game Day Bingo that normally runs from 6 all the way till 10 the following 2 nights with some PGL game action. Before I get into that PGL game action, we are creeping close to these jackpots we have available right here. We'll see if anyone can take it home. 56 balls or less available for that minor prize, as we are clicking past it to a must-go of $18.10. We already got players 1 ball away, so it should be hitting one of your lucky players' iPads very, very soon, as it's B. Rosie, 17, over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Pub, Oak Park Heights, taking home that $18.10 must-go prize. Good job to B. Rosie, 17, in this game number 3 of Game Day Bingo. We will now be getting rolled into a game number 4. With that minor prize clicking up once again from 56 to 58 balls or less. Should be great stuff. But I was talking about Game Day Bingo. Normally runs from 6 all the way till 10 to end off your live bingo night. But we are going to be interrupting those great Game Day Bingo games with some PGL Specialty Night action, the biggest gaming nights of the entire week. And one of the best gaming nights of the entire week is actually happening tomorrow night. It starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday, and that is MegaSota Game Night. It is your only opportunity to see Tony and Nikki here live trying to give out a bunch of those PGL points and prizes. And they'll even try and give out their Jackpot Jungle Grand Finale prize, which is right now sitting at $12,138. You could take home in 54 balls or less. Not only can you come out for that PGL Specialty Night, you can also come out for the following PGL Specialty Night, Wild Wednesday. Happens at 7 o'clock every single Wednesday. I am always here for a great Wild Wednesday, giving out a bunch of PGL points and prizes. We have a high-low game in that Wild Wednesday, which is my favorite of our PGL games, as the best player in the state takes home a first place prize, and the worst player in the state takes home a first place prize. It's a great, best players, worst players taking home good prizes. You just don't want to find yourself in the middle of that game. So definitely great stuff. Make sure you guys are coming out for MegaSota Game Night, 6:40 every Tuesday, and Wild Wednesday, 7 o'clock every single Wednesday. We do just have 1 minute to get enrolled into this game number 8, closing in on $100 on that minor prize, 58 balls or less to take that one home, $93. The mega prize is the next prize available, $67,340. You guys could take home in 51 balls or less. All should be great stuff in this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. But while you guys are getting into this game number 4, we're going to get into some national days. The first national day is National Kahlua Day. National Kahlua Day on February 27th recognizes the rich, creamy coffee liqueur that also serves up a great many delicious desserts. This alcoholic beverage adds to cocktails and adult-flavored desserts equally well. To celebrate, you may want to use Kahlua as coffee-flavored rum-based liquor to flavor your ice cream or another dessert such as cheesecake or cake. It also tastes great in coffee, hot chocolate, creamy cocktails, or a shot, or on the rocks. Definitely awesome. I know a lot of my favorite mixed drinks can come from a Kahlua based liqueur, as I love a good hot chocolate coffee, spiked hot chocolate coffee mix. Super, super tasty stuff. And let's see if we can find out a little bit more about it. It is a 20% alcohol by volume. So it is relatively low in alcohol percentage-wise, which, comparatively to the 40% alcohol by volume of whiskey, rum, vodka, and gin, it is pretty low, but has still high enough to get you pretty tipsy pretty quickly. And there is caffeine in Kahlua. Although Kahlua does contain caffeine, however, the amount of caffeine content is relatively low. Kahlua contains about 100 ppm caffeine, less than 1% of the coffee liqueur. This means that the standard serving of Kahlua is about 1.5 milligrams of caffeine, so not really a lot of caffeine in Kahlua, but super tasty and definitely great for making a spiked hot chocolate. That would be my favorite way to use Kahlua. Ben, check in. Let me know if you've ever had a drink mixed with Kahlua in it, as I know that both of us are very, very I don't even know what to call it. We are both very inexperienced when it comes to drinking alcohol and the different liquors out there. I've just been lucky enough to have been introduced to Kahlua by Jordy, as she's a big fan of having spiked drinks with it. But Ben, let me know if you've ever had a drink with Kahlua in it. We do have 62 balls dropped in this game, meaning we're closing in on a must-go prize. We'll see this one go out to one of these lucky players very, very quickly. Player's already one ball away, as let's see who it is. Hot Messes over at Beer Stube Oakdale is taking home a nice $18.90 must-go prize. Good job, Hot Messes, in this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. We will now be getting rolled into a game number 5 with that minor prize clicking up once again from 58 to 60 balls or less. Should be some great stuff as you guys continue to get enrolled into this upcoming game. I mean, 60 balls or less for that minor. Definitely high likelihood to see that one go out in this game number 5. But happy National Kahlua Day. I don't know if Ben has checked in. Let's see. I think he did just let me know, as he doesn't think he's ever had a drink with Kahlua. So maybe that should be the goal for you today, Ben, as he is... Are you... I can't remember if he's 21 or 22 now. I think he's only 21 now, so he's very young in his drinking career, and so maybe try out a Kahlua-based drink on today. Next up on our National Day list is a little bit more serious one, as we want to bring awareness to this, as it's Anosmia Awareness Day. Anosmia Awareness Day on February 27th brings attention to a condition causing a loss of smell. Of all of our senses, smell perhaps is taken for granted more than any other. Yes, I mean, know that smell has a lot to do with how you taste things as well. So having a disease that would cause you to lose your sense of smell would take away from a lot of the experience that we have so accustomed to in life. And so definitely something that you definitely want to bring awareness to on Anosmia Day. Anosmia Awareness Day. So hopefully you guys can look it up on today and find out a little bit more and things that you can might do. Ben did check in and let me know that he is 21 years old. You know, sometimes I forget how old my siblings are, which I guess is pretty bad. We got 25 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game. 60 balls or less for the minor prize, 51 balls or less for the mega prize, and just 10 seconds to get enrolled, as we're going to be getting into this next national day in this game number 5, National Strawberry Day. We continue on February's heart-shaped and red-themed by observing National Strawberry Day on February 27th. These juicy sweet berries can brighten up any dish and are delicious all on their own. Yeah, strawberry is one of my favorites of the berries. Super, super tasty. I know that especially in, February, the, season of romance, chocolate-covered strawberries are very popular during this time and are super, super tasty. But there are a lot of health benefits that come with eating strawberries, as it's an excellent source of magnesium, calcium, potassium, folate, and vitamin K. It even has, it's relatively low in calories for the amount of nutrition, high in fiber, and super tasty along with it, as it's got a lot of great yummy sugars in it. But it can be used in a lot of varieties as well, from just having them in salad to add a little bit of flavor to it, or you want to make it into a nice dessert. Strawberries work well in that as well. So happy National Strawberry Day. Hopefully you guys can enjoy some strawberries on today. Let's find out even more about strawberries on this. As Some things you may have never known about it is that the early fruit tastes the sweetest. Yes, so the earlier you pick your strawberries, the sweeter they taste. I actually know this from I worked as on a strawberry farm. As my first ever job, I worked on a strawberry farm picking strawberries for a summer, and I always knew that the smaller ones were super tasty to eat, while the bigger ones were a little bit more tart than the small ones. Strawberries are a type of rose, actually. Biologically speaking, strawberries belong to the rose family. That's really cool. We do have Oki over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking home a jackpot of $123. Good job, Oki, in this game number 5 of Game Day Bingo. Good job, Oki, as we will now be getting rolled into a game number 6, taking home that nice $123 minor jackpot. As you guys are getting enrolled into this, though, don't forget about the mega prize, 51 balls or less still available, and we're going to have a double Musco as you guys get enrolled into this game number 6. But happy National Strawberry Day. Enjoy strawberry on today. I'll be taking a break for the next 2 games, but then I'll be back to give out some more great prizes as well as announce the winners from the games I missed.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America. Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day.
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Hey guys, and I am here for some more great game day bingo action. I just missed out on the last two games, game number 6 and game number 7, but I'll be here through all the way through game number 12 now. As in game number 6, we had Tracy Man over at Howie's Corner Bar taking home $53.50 on the double Musco. And then on game number 7, we had Bonnie over at Maynard's of Excelsior taking home $30.20. Good job, Tracy Man and Bonnie taking home nice prizes in that game number 6 and game number 7. But now we're in a game number 8, 56 balls over less for this minor prize, $113 already available. But continuing on through our great National Day list, we got National Retro Day. On February 27th, National Retro Day takes us back to a time before smartphones and the internet. Absolutely great on today. Maybe pull out the radios, pull out the, if you want to even go further back, pull out those record players. I think are all awesome stuff. I know that here at Pilot Games, at least me and broadcaster Will, we are big fans of record players and just how it sounds out of a record player. And so I think that's a great, retro item that I feel like makes music even better. I think there's lots of fun retro things that are always coming back into style. A lot of fashion that is recently come back into style that is considered retro. Definitely fun stuff there. So enjoy something retro on today as it's National Retro Day. Next up is National Polar Bear Day. National Polar Bear Day, also known as International Polar Bear Day, focuses our attention on the conservation efforts and learning more about the fantabulous polar bear on February 27th. Yeah, polar bears are super cool. I think they're one of the cooler bears out there, known for being Coca-Cola's mascot, but is much more than that as well. some facts about polar bears that you may not have known is that they are considered marine mammals, as they spend most of their lives on the sea ice of the Arctic Ocean, depending on the ocean from their food and habitat. Really, really cool stuff. A polar bear's skin is actually black. It has white fur, but its skin is actually all black. They can swim constantly for days at a time. They can reach up to 6 miles per hour while swimming in water and can swim up to distance for many hours from one piece of ice to another piece of ice. They're less than 2% of polar bears hunts are successful. Yeah, they're very low success rate when they go out to hunt. We do have a split win here, splitting up $32.10. We have Justin over at Felton Bar and Grill, Shell over at Carboni's Pizza Bar and Grill, as well as Luck over at Cowboy Jacks. Good job to all of our winners in this game number 8. We will now be getting rolled into a game number 9 with that minor prize clicking up from 56 to now 58 balls or less, $141 available there. Another polar bear fun fact: scientists can extract polar bear DNA from just their footprints. They face more threats than just climate change. There's a lot of threats to polar bears, and grizzly polar bear hybrids actually exist. If you need to know that, that seems scary. A grizzly polar bear mix. We do just have 1 minute and 40 seconds to get enrolled into this game number 9. Only about 4 more opportunities at these great prizes in Game Day Bingo. So make sure you guys continue to get enrolled and press play. As I get into a little bit of Twins news, as we have a great E-Tab game that we teamed up with the Minnesota Twins for. Twins win. You guys can check out even the Home Run Derby bonus round in that game, as you guys could take home some Grand Slam prizes. And it's the only E-Tab game themed after the Minnesota Twins anywhere, as we are the only place to have that partnership. But a little bit of Twins news, as we have some thoughts from Sunday's Twins versus Phillies exhibition game. And some of those thoughts are getting your first impressions on of the pitch clock. I'm going to be very interested to see how this goes throughout the rest of the season, as I'm a huge fan of the pitch clock, as I am one of those people that is a casual fan of baseball. And speeding up the game will only make it more entertaining for me. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for a lot of pitchers and batters alike, as only having, I forget, 15 seconds, I think it is, between pitches is a huge difference, and can cause a few issues as refs, learn how to officiate that, as well as pitchers and catchers learning how to use that to their advantage. It should be interesting to see how that all works, as it was definitely interesting. Another thought from that exhibition game is watching Joe Ryan experiment with some new pitches. Joe Ryan looked really, really good in those games. I thought seeing him pull out some new pitches was huge for us, as we want him to progress and become a better pitcher, maybe become that ace that we need. And Joe Ryan seemed to be the highest likelihood to become that bona fide ace for us, and he's showing that he worked on a few pitches, maybe to become that ace in this upcoming season. Edouard Julien, he bat leadoff for us in that exhibition game, as we had a lot of questions with Luis Reyes being off this Minnesota Twins, who would be leading off for us. Julien seemed to be the perfect solution for us, as he brings a lot of those same skill sets that we had become so accustomed to with Luis Reyes. Another thought, big bases are coming in handy, and you can actually see them from the change up from the original bases to now having a little bit bigger bases. It's tends for a lot easier of a spectator sport, which I think that both those changes were huge helps to the average fan, adding the pitch clock and bigger bases. And the last one was, the first negative of this list, and that is that Trevor McGill struggled mightily in that exhibition game. We're hoping to see him turn it around, but it did not look good from him in that exhibition game. We're hoping to be able to see a little bit more from those players, but a lot of good signs from that exhibition game as well. Should be interesting to see as our Twins continue on through this offseason, trying to get better and prepped so that we might make a playoff push in this upcoming season. We do have a lot of balls dropped in this game number 9 of Game Day Bingo. We're seeing if we can give out any of these jackpots as we are clicking past that mega prize. Now the minor jackpot, the only one available still in this game, as players are still 2 balls away. So we could be seeing this go out in this game number 9. But people will need that lucky ball to fall for them at this ball right here. But it did not happen. We'll be moving on to a $43.80 Musco prize as we got even more players at that 1 ball away mark. But as you guys are playing live bingo, if you're not playing live bingo, check out our e-tabs. We have over 70 different Charitable e-tab games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. Before I talk more about those great e-tab games, we do have a split Musco. Splitting up $43.80, we have Ralph over at Maynard's of Excelsior and Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven. Good job to both those players splitting up that nice Musco in this game number 9. We will now be getting rolled into a game number 10 with that minor prize, clicking up once again from 58 to 60 balls or less. We saw it go out at 60 balls or less last time it hit this ball count. Maybe we can do it again in this game number 10. Already over $200 available in that minor jackpot. Just 2 minutes to get enrolled in this upcoming game. But like I was talking about, e-tabs, over 70 different Charitable e-tab games. There's small bets in those that you can bet between 50 cents and $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games. You'll definitely want to check them out. Right now we're listening to Buku Bucks. You can head to the woods in search of big bucks, play beer pong in the deer camp, or test your shooting skills in the Buku Bucks hunting bonus and win some trophy prizes. We love all those different e-tab games, and they're all just a lot of fun. But as you guys are getting enrolled into this game number 10, just 1 minute and 30 seconds to do so, I'm going to get into a little bit of music history. As today in music history in 1971, Janis Joplin's album Pearl hits #1 in the U.S., where it stays for 9 weeks. Joplin had actually passed away 3 months before the album was released, and caused a huge bit of that success. Pearl, obviously a huge hit by Janis Joplin, and just a legendary singer Janis Joplin was. A huge, huge day in music history. But next up in music history, on today in 2019, a little bit more current. T-Pain, costumed as a one-eyed monster, wins the first season of The Masked Singer, defeating Donny Osmond, playing a peacock, and Gladdy Knight, who was a bee in that as their different Masked Singer personas. That's super fun. T-Pain was one of those guys that he really proved that he could sing, as he's very, very much known for the auto-tune that he did for the majority of his career. All of his hits are filled with auto-tune, but has kind of proved that he did that just out of trying to stay hip and being as popular as he possibly could be, as now he's released songs with him singing, and as well as showing it on The Masked Singer that he is a very talented singer outside of just the auto-tune with it. So definitely some cool stuff in music history on today. But if you guys want to make some Pilot Games history, you can sign up at PGL.world and become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points to try and get into our PGL top 10s, as well as get insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great information in it. Some players who just got signed up are Turbo Van, Strucker, Pap Hawk, The Pup, Frankie, LLT17, Pink Girl, Team Money, Genie 28, Louie, Grammy, Irish Luck, Roxy Ninja, Geo Carjo, Rod Jen, all of them getting signed up at PGL.world. A little bit of luck going out to you guys, and hopefully you're coming out for Tuesday and Wednesday night to earn those PGL points for those standings. Right now in those standings, in 10th place, we got Nixon at VFW Roseville. Ninth place is Yak 2102 over at Rivers Bend Bar and Grill. And 8th place it's Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill. 7th place is Big Dog over at Falls Bar. 6th place is Burgar over at Southtown Lanes. 5th place is Devoided over at the Roadside. 4th place, Day's Dream over at Monty's Sports Bar. 3rd place is Panda over at the Roadside. 2nd place is Sherber over at Broadway Pizza, Brooklyn Park. And in 1st place in the PGL standings, we have Jake over at Eagles Albert Lay. He is right now the favorite to get his name engraved on the Pilot Cup. On the location side of these standings, though, for PGL, in 10th place, we got VFW Dilworth. 9th place is LJ's in Miltona. 8th place is Leo's Bar Newmarket. As 7th place is Eagles Austin. 6th place is Cabin Bar in Nicolette. 5th place is American Legion Cleveland. 4th place is the Alibi of Gilbert. Before I get into our top 3 locations, though, all of them in the 2 Million Point Club, we do have a jackpot winner here. Taking home $243.04 in this game number 10. We have Jen F. over at Ditto's Bar. Good job, Jen F. taking home a nice minor jackpot in this game number 10 of Game Day Bingo. We will now be getting rolled into a game number 11 with that $60.10 Musco prize just growing and rolling as you guys get enrolled, so should have a pretty decent double Musco when you guys get into this game number 11. And then not to forget about the mega prize sitting at $67,557. You guys could take home in 51 balls or less. Should be some great stuff. But back to the PGL standings, our top 3 locations all in the 2 Million Point Club. 3rd place is Benton Station in Sauk Rapids. 2nd place is PJ Supper Club in Avon. And in 1st place, it is Eagles Albert Lay. Good job to all of our locations and players killing it. But as you guys are going to be killing it in these upcoming games of Game Day Bingo, I got to talk about a Wild player that just killed it over their last game. Right now, our Wild, they're 33, 21, and 5. And Kirill Kaprizov scored with 20 seconds left in overtime, completing a natural hat trick to lift the Minnesota Wild past the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-2 on Sunday. Marc-Andre Fleury stopped 22 for the Wild, who trailed 2-0 heading into the 3rd period. Absolutely awesome stuff. Huge thing from Kirill Kaprizov, who was able to get a hat trick in that game, scoring all 3 of the goals that we scored within that game against the Blue Jackets. Just huge stuff. But let's check out what our Minnesota Wild's looking like standing-wise. As we've been on a little bit of a winning streak lately, we have... we're 6-2-2 over the last 10 games. We have moved ourselves into 2nd place in the Central Division, passing up the Avalanche as we have 72 playoff points. Avalanche sitting with 71. We are definitely not out of the thick of it yet, though, as they could easily pass us up once again, as they are 7-1-2 over the last 10 games, having a better record than us. But I think we can push ourselves past them as we continue on through these great matchups for us, and hopefully we can even catch up to that number 1 spot, as we are only 2 playoff points behind the Dallas Stars, who sit right now at number 1. Definitely great stuff from our Minnesota Wild. We talked about how we need to get them back onto a winning streak, and they have definitely done so, and getting themselves back into the 2nd place spot within their division. And we'll have another opportunity to get another win tomorrow, as our Wild are taking on the Islanders at 7 p.m. You guys can check out that great E-Tab game that we themed after our Minnesota Wild. You can see it in the corner right here next to me. Let's go Wild. Pilot Games is the only place where you can find a Wild-themed E-Tab game. And you guys could even check out the Slap Shot bonus round to see if you can win some great prizes. But we do have balls dropping in this game. We have some great prizes on the line. The mega prize, $67,592. You could take home in 51 balls or less. But if we miss out on that great jackpot, I'm going to guess that we hope that we miss out on the minor prize if we click past the mega, as the Musco is looking better than the minor jackpot, sitting at $94 on the double Musco. Already players getting after it, with players 12 balls away with Super D and Yo-Yo. But if you guys do take home a mega prize like $67,000, we want to see a player picture of it. You can hold that jackpot message us, give us a nice smiling face, and snap that photo. But it doesn't just have to be jackpot messages. It could be you guys playing Pilot games on your favorite e-tab, you playing Pilot games with your best friends, or just your favorite bartender. You can share those photos by direct messaging us on Facebook, by emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com, or you can just post them onto any of your social media with the hashtag Pilot Games. All those are great ways for us to be able to swoop up those player pictures and show them off at places like our Facebook page, our enrolling screen while you guys are getting enrolled into just every bingo game. And sometimes I like to even show them off on the big screen while I'm getting enrolled into games as well. So make sure you guys are sending in those great player pictures. We'll even shoot you out some luck for doing so. We do have 50 balls dropped in this one, meaning we are on the last one to give out this mega. Moving on to the minor jackpot, and moving past that minor jackpot to a Musco of $94. Not a bad Musco in this game number 11. Players one ball away. We'll see if that lucky ball can fall for them, or if it's going to be a different player joining up with them, taking home this great Musco prize. But once we give out that Musco, after we'll be getting into a little bit of Vikings news. Before I get into that Vikings news, we do have Hoagies 6'9" over at Cowboy Jack's New Brighton, taking home a $94 double Musco in this game number 11. Good job, Hoagies, as we will now be getting enrolled into a game number 12. The final game I will be here for, as that minor prize clicking up to 54 balls or less, and that mega prize still sitting at 51 balls or less. Should be some great stuff, as this will be the final live hosted game of today, as you guys will head into more game day bingo, skull bingo, lucky 4 bingo following through the rest of today. Just 2 minutes to get enrolled into this final live hosted game though. But the Vikings news I was about to get to. As it was last offseason, one of the biggest question marks the Minnesota Vikings have to face this year is what to do with quarterback Kirk Cousins. Last year, Cousins signed a 1-year contract extension to provide the Vikings a bit of salary cap relief and solidify the position for another year. It doesn't sound like that's going to be happening again this year. According to Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network, a 1-year extension for Cousins is something that is not expected to happen this offseason, with the team likely looking at 1 or 2 options for Cousins' deal. Either give him a long-term extension or simply allowing him to play out the final year of his contract before moving on. I think either way is interesting to think about. Giving him a long-term extension obviously is, I think, a good move if we don't think that we could find a better quarterback in the draft, or somebody that could replace him and show a little bit more upside. As I think if we're going to move on from him, it would be this year that we get that developmental quarterback. But, I mean, there's always the quarterback circle. Every single year there's veterans that are open to be picked up, and other guys that are looking for championship-level opportunities. With the roster that we have, Cousins going out, playing out his final year next year, I think there would be a few quarterbacks that would be willing to take a pay cut to be able to come play for this Minnesota Vikings team, just because of how much talent there is all around with the offensive line, wide receiving talent, and defensively. There are some players there that would definitely be enticing for a veteran's quarterback. I think that letting him play out his final year is not a bad option for us. Getting the long-term extension is obviously a good idea as well, as the price for quarterbacks is constantly going up. If you get a guy on a long-term extension, you're by that final year that he's on that extension, it's going to be one of the lesser paid quarterbacks within the NFL. It's one of the smart reasons why the Chiefs did what they did with Patrick Mahomes. They're paying him a lot right now, but by the time he's done with his whatever 8-year contract that he has, he's going to be being paid one of the least amounts out of all the quarterbacks in the NFL, just due to how how the way money works in the NFL. So signing a guy to a long-term deal, not a bad idea, but Cousins is a little bit longer in the tooth, and so it wouldn't be the best option. But it really comes down to what we can find in the draft. If we can find a guy that might be able to develop underneath Kirk Cousins for a year and come up and start, or it's going to be a guy that we sign in the offseason. I really don't know. Kirk Cousins is one of those guys that's in such a weird situation for our Minnesota Vikings and where we want to go. With how much young talent we have, it feels wrong to not go and try and find a young quarterback to lead this team into the future. But Cousins is a really good quarterback that you can't find a lot of quarterbacks in the draft that are as good as Kirk Cousins. So that's where you get into, hard scenarios. But if you guys want to send some luck over to our Minnesota Vikings in this offseason, play the great ETAB game Vikings Victory. Pick a letter in the skull bonus to see if you can win some big prizes. But right now we are in the final game of Game Day Bingo, trying to give out some nice prizes. Hopefully we can give out that mega prize in this one. Charles Strite was born on today, celebrity birthday, born in 1878. He invented the pop-up toaster, and he was actually born in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Happy birthday to Charles Strite. I am a huge fan of your invention, as I use the pop-up toaster all the time. But that's the only worth celebrating on today. We do have a jackpot winner in this game. Sign Guy 197 over at Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville is taking home $83 on that minor jackpot. Good job to all of our winners over these last 12 games. Definitely some fun stuff there. But you guys are about to get enrolled into a little bit of Lucky 4 bingo action. As you guys are getting enrolled, I got a player spotlight. Slappy over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards took home $6,801 this weekend, the largest jackpot. And over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, they support a great charity, the Competition Cheer Spirit Booster Club. They are a nonprofit organization that supports cheer programs, spirit groups, and other organizations and activities that benefit youth. Just really awesome stuff over there that you guys are helping out in Minnesota. And the reason why we say at the end of every single broadcast, when you play Pilot games, your community wins. I'll see ya.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days.
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days.
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite. I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson!
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.